What's up? Game last night?
The New Madrid Earthquakes were a series of three intense earthquakes that occurred in December of 1811, January and February of 1812. They all occurred in and around the frontier town of New Madrid. This area where they occurred is around the New Madrid Fault, and this area is now labeled the New Madrid Seismic Zone. The three earthquakes were labeled as intraplate earthquakes. Intraplate earthquakes occur within the tectonic plates, and although these earthquakes are rare, they can be extremely devastating. Since the tectonic plates are very deep within the Earth, there's not much data that can be obtained from them, and the exact cause of intraplate earthquakes is not absolutely known. One theory is that they are caused by fluids moving up the crust through ancient fault lines and causing large earthquakes. The series of earthquakes initially started in December 16th of 1811 with an earthquake of a magnitude between 7.2 and 8.2. This earthquake was then followed by two more earthquakes previously mentioned with similar magnitudes, the second happening in January, and the third happening in February. Although the tremors were large, there was little damage to infrastructure due to the area of New Madrid. There weren't that many houses, and it was mostly farmland, so there wasn't much to destroy. However, there were many eyewitness accounts of chimneys collapsing from houses and timber of the houses breaking down. But however, it was believed that if a series of earthquakes as large as these were to happen in the same area today, there would be hundreds of billions of dollars in damage. Although there wasn't much damage to human-made structures, there was a lot more damage to the environment. Many eyewitnesses account that trees were crashing down and there were extreme winds. Due to the earthquakes, fissures were opened in the ground, which were then filled by water from the Mississippi River and surrounding wetlands. Once these fissures closed, the water was shot high into the air, and the earthquake also caused soil liquefaction, which led to large sand blows that hurt the farmland. It was stated that the earthquakes even caused the Mississippi River to flow upstream at one point. This large change in the environment likely affected the animals living there greatly. Fish habitats were damaged, and many animals lost feeding grounds. One fun fact about the New Madrid earthquakes was that out of the three earthquakes, the February earthquake was the largest in magnitude, and the one in January was the weakest. Since there wasn't an insane amount of structural damage, there weren't that many lessons learned. However, the biggest advancements were that people started to reinforce their chimneys and houses